Hello everybody to this tutorial about modding vehicles in Teardown. I want to show you some basic and some advanced techniques to modify the vehicles. I will check in on this yellow van here, on this nice little truck, because it has very cool features we can use. It has a door on the back, a rear door. It has a door on the side which will slide open, which will be kind of an interesting thing to do. And yeah, we will modify this vehicle to play a certain sound when we do something, and we will add buttons at the side to make it more interactive. To do so, we switch to Magica, and the first thing we have to do is we have to get rid of the doors inside the main body, because we need the doors as single objects. And for me, I'm going to take the back door out of this, taking the box mode in select, with box select, and just selecting this, going one more in, because there is a second layer. You can see it, this black thing in there is a second layer of the door. So if I would just put out the outside, it wouldn't be enough. Control X to cut it out, and then switch to the world view using this button, and Control V to paste it back in. And you see it appeared here. You can see it. I call it rear door left. And I'm going to use the fit model size to have a neat fitted frame around this model. And yeah, that's it. That's basically our first door. I'm going to save it. I'm going to restart the level, and we will see that the door is missing now, because I cut it out from the main body of the car. You can go in there already. A nice model. You have to add it again. We have to add it back to the vehicle. To do so, we have to go into the vehicle folder of Teardown. So we go to the create folder, vehicle. Don't be confused if there are more files here than on your side, because I have some mods downloaded and already copied here. But what we need is the van yellow, and now we need the vehicle XML to edit. And there it is. It's the yellow van. He's up here somewhere. It is up here. And yeah, basically we need the door. So I just copy this part out of here, and it uses the same van yellow box, so I can just use this. And instead of the body, I want to have my rear door left. So placing it is an interesting thing. So I will go with a placement inside the actual body. So all coordinates I will give here will be relative to the center of the body object. And the center of the body object, I can show you that, is here. The center of this object is here. It looks a bit misplaced, because it has a very huge, it has very much space here. But it is indeed the center here, and the door should be down here somewhere. Did I mess things up? No, it's placed at the right here at the bottom of the body. It's placed relative to the body, so the lower part of the body is exactly where this door is now. So I need to turn it around 180 degrees, pull it back here, and set it in. So it is already rotated, because I copied it from here where the body of the car is, and the body of the car is already rotated from the beginning. So I just take that away. to turn around the door, and then I need to move it backwards, and backwards is minus in the Z direction. I'm going with a 2.6. Have a look. I could compute this. I could do the math just by measuring the width of this door, then measuring the distance from the center of the van to the back, and same goes for the length, but trial and error is needed, and you see I'm pretty much nailed it. Yes, I nailed it. And of course I nailed it because I prepared this tutorial a little bit. So, going further is, I don't know, I think it was 0.4 and 0.4, something like that. No, absolutely not. It's the wrong direction. It's, oh, it's, yes, it's 0.4. I said 0. But I wrote minus 0.4. That's okay. And we need 2 voxels more. 2 voxels are 0.2 voxels more, and this is not the ampersand. It's 0.6. So I do have the door back in place, and I can't do much with it right now because I haven't added the prop true tag. The prop true tag, whenever you see it, it makes a thing interactable, like you can grab it, throw it around, things like that. You see, if I go here now, I can just pull it out and throw it away. Well, so that's not what we want. We don't want just to pull the door out of the van. We want the door to rotate accordingly, like a door. If I just right click, you see it's kind of hanging there, and if I start driving, it's going to fall off, so that we don't want that. We want some hinges, and that's not the problem. Joints are a problem for many people. I read that in the chat, but they aren't so problematic once you get the hang of it. For example, this door in Magica Voxel is 2 points thick, 8 points wide, and 15 points in height. So if I have placed it right now, it's 8 points. It's 8 voxels in width, so the center is right here between those 2 voxels. So if I want join to be here, around here, I go 1, 2, 3, 4 in this direction, 1, 2, 3, 4 in this direction, and I can make my joint here. So I will try that. I will try to do that now in the XML by opening up this vox tag and inserting a joint which is which has a position that I need to give it, which has a type, and I'm going for the ball type at the beginning to show you some features of the ball type, and it has to have a size which is 0.1. What did I forget? I forget something. I think I forgot something. Okay, no. Let's just put it on 0, 0, 0 and give it a nice little hint, which is a vox box. You may have seen this. Emil showed us this little trick. This is collide is false, collidable. I will see in a minute. Voxbox collide false. Size is 111. Position is pos is minus 0.05. So it's a bit misplaced. So it is directly on the center and not positioned at the side of the joint. So we can see exactly where the joint is using this. We have to use prop true, else it won't be seen. And yeah, let's give it a color. Red is 100. did I forget something? We will see. I will start it now. And you see, there it is. It's a ball joint right there with all the properties of a ball joint. That is, I can turn it in all directions. Makes for a pretty nice driving experience. And oh, wait for me. And a thing to mention, I can't mention that enough, is two objects joined together with a joint. Yeah, not yet. Two objects joined together with a joint are basically not collidable anymore. You can see this here. I can go right through the wall of this van with the door because it's not it cannot collide with the van because it's connected to the van via the joint. However, the wheels are not part of the body, so it should be collidable with wheels, and if we have a look, we see, yes, it is. I can put it on the wheels and it collides with the wheels. You see it. It bumps on the wheels and lays around. That's very important to know. You see the ball joint is right here. I'm going to restart it to show you again. The ball joint in 0, 0, 0 is right at the bottom center of my door. So, as I said, I'm going 4 in one direction and 4 up to make this joint be at the side of the door, connecting to the van at the side here. This is now my joint. If I click it, you can see it. It works not so good. I need a second one to keep this in place. Just copy pasting this without the Voxbox marker and putting it a bit more up, say 4 voxels higher, to have a second ball joint there. Clicking right, we see it does what it should not do. It's just going through the walls, and moreover, if I start driving and braking, it will go through the walls. So, since it's a ball joint, I can't really restrict it in its motion just by XML. What I can do is I'm going back, I'm deleting the top one, so I will have the lower left one back in place. See it right here. And I will put it a bit up so it's in the center. This was the wrong one. So I put it a bit, no, 6. So this should be about in the center of the door. And right. And now I will change the ball type to a hinge type. A hinge is, yes, just a hinge. You know it from normal doors, ordinary doors. If I have a hinge, I can open this door just in one direction, so to say, and we see this is not the direction my hinge should go. It's currently going from left to right. I want to go it from inside to outside. So to do this, I have to rotate this hinge a bit. Therefore, I need the rotation. And I think it's probably 19 on the x-axis. If that is enough. Yes. See, it's now opening, but it has the same issue as before. But the hinge can be limited. So I can say limiting the hinge from 0 to, let's say, 90 degree. And go back here. Click on it and you see, okay, I did the wrong direction. No, it didn't work at all. Oh, limits. It's limits, not limit. the limits parameter or attribute of the joint. We'll set this. Now I can't, you see, I can't, if I push it, yeah, here you can see it quite nicely. It can't go further than 90 degree, and it can't go further than 0 degree in the other direction. And I made this with one joint. It's a passable door. It's a nice little door. You can go here and put it to 130 degree if you want to have a bit more space when opening the door. So it can open up until here. And yeah, you have this door. Now the problem is I can't close this door. I can't close it, and if I can't close it, I can drive and just stay open. A nice thing of hinges, but that won't save us from that. A nice thing of hinges is it has the ability, if I give you a rod strength parameter, which is basically the strength needed to rotate it. So if I put it very high, you need to be the Hulk to open that door. So if I put it just to 0.1 and I don't specify the rod spring value, then this works like a catapult, a bear trap, something like that, because you will see I make it, bam. It just closes immediately. It has a spring joint if you want it like that, and it snaps back into place once I let it go. So if I drive now, the problem is obviously fixed. The door won't go up, but the problem is I can't leave it up. I can't go inside now anymore because it will always just snap back. So this is obviously not the solution to the problem. I could add the rod spring value here and put it to something like, say, 0.5, so it's not that pushy anymore, not that hard and snapping back. No, it's not rod strength. It's not rod spring. It's what's it called? Where do we have a look? We have a look at our download folder, and in the download folder we have the Magica voxel files, some sounds, the trebuchet. No, I'm looking for the basic joins here, and there is the XML from Emil. I can have a look at that, and it's rod spring. What did I write? Okay, I already have the rod spring, so I should set it to 0, I think, to make it not like a spring. Is it like that? Yes. Now I can see. Now I can open it and close it. It's not very likely to come back again, but I can't do this. But if I drive insanely enough, oh no, shit, it's working. I thought open up. Yeah, there. You see. There you can see it. It will open up if I'm just driving crazy. This is not a solution either, not a best practice either, but we are going to solve this with scripting in a minute. But before we do that, we go back into Magica Voxel, cut out the second door, and make it a door 2. So Control X, saving, going to world view, Control V, there is the door. Did I cut out too much from the other door? Because I think this door is now 7 wide. Oh, it's not as wide as the other one, so it's not okay, it's not equal. That's not a problem. I'm not going for perfection here, just showing you how it's done. So rear door right, we have it here. It's our rear door right. And to position the rear door right, I'm just copy pasting this part of code, making it rear door right. Hopefully going in exactly the other direction for 0.4, maybe 0.3 because it's just 7 wide, and having the hinge exactly at the other side. Except that it should be somewhere not... Oh yeah, no. Rear door right. Didn't I write that? Rear door rigged. It's not the rigged. It's not Rick and Morty, it's the rear door. So restart it, and we should see it in... no, we can't see it. Did I save? I saved. It's still rear door rigged. Gosh. So now, of course, you all have seen it. For me, it's not working because we can see it. The hinge is too far outside because the door is 7 wide, not 8. So I have to go just 3 in this direction. Not even 3, it should be a bit less than that, but it's okay. I got it. I can open up this side. I can't open up this side because it's going inside for 90 degrees now, because it's on the other side and the hinge is rotated by 90 degree, so I make it minus 90 degree to rotate in just the other direction, just the opposite direction. So now I should be able to open up this one, and I have some doors on my nice little yellow van here, and making both doors openable should just make things worse when driving. Just applying some force here. You can see they're slowly opening. So, as I say, we're going to fix this with Lua in a second. If the door would be wider than 2, you could also add a real bolt here, just to grab it and shove it and to lock down these doors. But for now, I want to show you how to make a side sliding door, because the interesting point is this door is plain inside the car, but it has to be outside the car here. If I just shove it aside, it would have a glitchy effect. I show you that. I just show you that. Going back to Magica and cutting out this door as well. I think I take this and yeah, just cut it out upwards, paste it in. Side door. It's positioned about in the center of the vehicle. I forgot to trim it, so, and where's the XML? Here. And I just I just copy paste it again, making the joint. No, I don't need the joint right now, but it will come in a minute. And as I say, it will probably be at somewhere 0.6 or 0.4. It's not that far in the back. I think it's just about 0.4 minus 0.4 maybe. No, it's the center is maybe exactly at the center. We have to see that. And it's 9. It's a bit wider outside than these doors. These doors are located here, and it has to be 1, 2, 3 more outside. So it was 4. It should be 7, I think. Let's have a look. And it is absolutely wrongly rotated. Oh, this is a back door. I'm stupid. I should use side door here. So it was not wrongly rotated for a back door. It was absolutely right, and it is not wide enough in my direction, and it is a bit less Then I need two more in the negative Z direction, and I need, thank you, come here. Can I do something with you? No. Okay, and I need about 2-3 more outside direction. So what I just say, minus 0.2. Let's have a look how that looks. It's right. It's right. So I can take it again and just put it aside. So what I want now is to not to open it like a hinge like here. I just want to slide it along an axis, along the Z axis here, the vertical axis. And to do that, I take another joint. And it is the prismatic joint. Prismatic joint. A prismatic joint moves from one side to another, not rotating in any direction or something like that. It's just like that. And I want to show you what happens if I position this at 0, 0, 0. Again, making the Vox box showing us where exactly this joint is. And restart it to have a look. So if I have it here, you see it's there, it's already connected. You could connect it there, you could connect it here or there. It doesn't matter where this is connected, just for shooting and destroying parts. I need to destroy this part to break the joint. Maybe you want it here to just to make the door come out if you break this part. And as you can see here, I can't move it in this direction, but I can push it in that direction and it will go on a very long way, because it still has the 0 to 90, where is it? The 0 to 130 limit. And as you have seen, the 0 limit goes to the back side, which is exactly the wrong way. We want it to go the other way, so we have to turn it 180 degree in the other direction. So the 0 applies to the left side, where it just pushes out into the void forever. So it can't go further than it is to the left side, to the driver's cabin, but it should go some way back to the back of the van. It is 16 wide, no, it is 13 wide, so we should about 1.3, maybe we can shove it fully to the back. And then I will show you what I mean with it's glitchy if I do it this way. I just grab it here, you can see I can't pull it in front, there is the 0, but I can pull it back, and then you see the glitch. You see it glitching through here, and 1.3 from the center. That's not okay. So we need it to be about the half of it. So let's say 0.65, and see if that fits. Oh, not really. Not really. What am I doing wrong here? Limits. Let's have a look what happens with 0 and 1. Why doesn't the limit apply? The limit should apply. The 0 limit applies, but the other limit does not apply. That's strange. I missed something here. I made some mistake. What's the mistake? Can't see it right now. Maybe should add no rod strength and leave the limits alone. Then it shouldn't move at all in this direction. Wow, this is a strange thing. It should have a limit. Why isn't that working? It worked before, but maybe it's not working because I'm not working on the prismatic joint. I am so stupid. I am so stupid. So we have the 0 here, and we try again. We go back 1.3. That's the reason why it didn't stop in the first place there, and bam, there it is. So it's glitchy. It's going to glitch into the backside of the van, so I have to put it about 1 voxel out, but not if it's closed. If it's closed, I want to be neatly fit in here. So what can I do? I don't have to rotate it by 180 degree. Let's say I rotate it by 170 degree. This is just an optical trick to do it, but if I open it up now, you see it goes a bit outside. And if that's too much space for you, you can always close it more to the 180, let's say 176. This should be very close to the side. Yeah, you see there is almost no gap. There is no gap anymore. And you can close it. So you can open it up and you can close it, and I don't think it has something like the rod strength attribute. If I set this to 100, I think I can still open it. It does not apply for prismatic joints, right? It does not, and it's still very good oiled. Yeah, it has no whatsoever ability to stay in place. So if I drive, constantly open, if I brake, constantly close. So that's not the best thing to do it. And this is the part where we start to write a bit of code. Because if I want to freeze this door in place, I will write, and these doors, I will just have to write some code that basically tells if the player enters the car, then freeze the door in place. And if I stop it, you may open it again. So it's very loose, this thing. But it's okay. So let's do this. What do we need? We need a bit of Lua code. And to do this, we put it around, we can put it anywhere in the XML file, and I will put it here. I just write script file level, which refers to the respective level folder respective. This is the vehicle map, so it will refer to the vehicle folder, and I will create a vehicle Lua file in there, just to use for us to get done with the rotations and with these with these doors. So what do? I just told him there is a file called vehicle Lua in the vehicle folder, which is here. There is no such script, so I'm clicking new text document, vehicle Lua. I remove the txt ending, and I have my empty Lua file. This is how it looks. Now, there are some basic functions callable in Lua for Teardown. The first one is the init function. You can do this by write function init and end. That's it. And to see if this works, you can write set string, then the magic name HUD notification, which will print a HUD notification, which tells the program to print a HUD notification, and we say test. So if everything worked accordingly, so we have included it here in the XML file, we have created the Lua file, and we made an init function, then we should see it appear, and there is it on top. We see test. It should disappear. Yeah, now it disappears. It's gone. It worked. This piece of script has just been called. The init method, however, will be called only once, when the level and the script is initialized. But that's okay for us. What we need to do is, we want to handle our doors. So to handle our doors, we need to grab them somehow. We need to pull them out of this XML. And moreover, we need the joins. So how do we catch these XML parts in Lua? Well, we can use tags for that. We write tags on this joint and call it the side door joint. And copy pasting it here, we will call it the going with rear door left joint, and we have the rear door right joint here. So these names can be referred in Lua. I have to copy them, and going into Lua I will say my side door joint. Now it is a variable name. I named the variable exactly the same. I could write it Mary is, and then I say find me some joint with the tag side door joint. So this is exactly the tag I wrote here, side door joint. And I added true because I haven't encapsulated the whole vehicle in the script. I can skip the true if I make the vehicle encapsulated in the script tag like this. The whole vehicle is now inside the script, and this parameter says look inside the whole XML and not only inside my script tag. I don't need it anymore because I will find the side door joint anyways. So you see I call it Mary. You can call it whatever you want. It's just the variable to handle the side door joint in the code. I need two more, which are copy pasting very quick. And I do call it the same name as they have the tag names, so it's easier for me to recognize them, and I do have them right here. Now, to see if I really grab them from the XML, I'm using a quick test, writing side door joint, then adding to this text, adding a new line, which is, you will see it's a line break, to basically write them beneath each other. And I just take these three objects, these three joins, and I want to print them on top of the on top of the screen. If this happens, if you start and the game just crashes, the game won't open your map, then most likely you have an error in your vehicle XML. So I just made the script tag here and made it here, so maybe I can't put it around the vehicle. I will just stay with the true variant, adding these Lua files here. Maybe I have a typo somewhere, we will see. I'm going to show you now that I have them. Where are the vehicles? Now that I have them in Lua without a true, they are all 0. I haven't found the doors yet because I haven't written true here. So it now works. It hasn't crashed again. So it was definitely the writing the script tag around the vehicle tag. Of course, you have to write the script tag into the vehicle tag. That's the right option. I just forgot about that. And now you see there's 1, 2, 3, and this refers to the 1, 2, 3 elements I have here in order. And now that I have those, I can play around with them. That's nice. For this I need another function, and I'm choosing the function, no, not init again, the function tick. So what is tick doing? Tick is, it depends on how fast your computer is. Tick is called several hundred times a second. It's not a frame rate, it's based on a frame rate in a way. There is another one called update, not tick, update, which is exactly called 16 times a second. but tick is called whenever the tick call before that is executed. So it's massively often that it's called. I actually show you how often it's called. I make a variable here and make it count. Count is 0. And then I say show us how often this function has been called by showing us the count, and setting count is count plus 1, and then we see how fast this method is called. You see the number is high. It's now called 300 times. 4, 5, 6. I'm counting seconds. It's not 100 per second, but it's about the frame rate, but it's not the frame rate. You see, it's constantly counting upward. It's called very often per second. So using this tick method now, I can do what I wanted to do. I can freeze these doors. How do I freeze doors? Yeah, I can say get joint motor, and if you have memory like mine, you have to check everything you write twice. And of course it's not right. It's we just search for the word motor and when open file. It's set joint motor and it's get joint movement. Yes, we already have the motor. That's I'm just copy pasting it here from the elevator lure, looking up how motor is defined, and it's just find joint. That's basically all. And we have a limit min and limit max here. That's nice too. We can use that, but not yet. We just say set joint motor, and I just set the joint motor for the side door. I'm just setting it to 0, seeing what that does. Right? So I'm deleting this. I'm making it a comment because it's a very useful function. I don't need this. This is commenting out, so this code won't be executed. It's basically overlooked by the interpreter. So when we start right now, we're going to collect 3 doors and then set the motor of the joint to 0. So what does it mean? If I set the motor of the side door to 0, you see I can't do very much with it. I can pull. If I attract much force, I can do this, but it's going to open. And moreover, if I drive, it won't do its sliding stuff anymore. That's nice, but I actually want to open it, right? So I don't want it to be closed when I'm standing outside of the car. I just want it to be pullable again. So the question is, how do I do that? So I'm going to add an if statement here. I'm saying if I'm in the car, then if player in the car, this is not working. This is just pseudocode. If the player is in the car, then set the joint motor to 0. End it. So, how do we check if we are in the car? We have a nice little function in the HUD lure to show us how we check for that. We search for the word vehicle in the files open or in the files of the computer, and we find this nice little line in the HUD lure. This says if the player is not using the use screen and is not using the screen and not using the vehicle, and this has not the map view opened and the game is not paused and the level state is not empty, whatever, then we show the crosshair, this little thingy in the center here. Basically, if we're in a car, we don't see this crosshair. And that's right, there is no crosshair here. If I just delete this part with the player not use the vehicle, I should have a crosshair even if I am in the vehicle. you see there is a little white dot. So what we need is this one. Game player use vehicle. It will be true if we are in a vehicle. So we say if get bool game player using vehicle, then set join motor to 0. So let's check that. If I'm right, I can use the side door right now. Nice. So I'm closing it, going in, and it should freeze in place. Nice. It's frozen in place. If I'm going out, I'm not able to pull it out again because I didn't reset the motor to... I can actually drag the car. I'm so strong. Look at that. Look at that. I'm just dragging the car. Nice. So and by dragging the car, I apply enough force to open up this joint motor with the door set aside, with the motor setting aside to 0. So I can open the door with much force, but that's not what I want. I want it to act like normal, to be like before. So what can I do? If I set the motor to a value, if I actually set it to some value, let's say if I'm not in the car, else, the motor will be applied and it will open with this speed. I'm standing in front of this and nothing happens because it's the wrong side. It's not 0.1. Now it tries to close the door constantly instead of open the door constantly. So if I'm right, then it should... You see, our little bit of code opens the door slowly for us. So, since I'm not able to, not in an easy way, able to close this door again and open this door once I'm in the car, I'm a bit lost, right? So I have to think of something that is intuitive, which the player will like to see. So I just say if generally the door is closed. The side door is closed. Locked. Side door locked. Side door locked is true. So it's locked. And if the side door is locked, so we skip it with the use vehicle now, we say there is a side door locked, and if the side door is locked, then not only the set joint motor is 0, that's not true, I want it to be closing. I want it to close down and to stay closed. So as we have seen, we can take 0.2 for example to push it in direction of the cabin. So else, if the side door is not locked, we will open it. Oh no, we won't open it, we just set the motor to 0 for now, which is nice, but it doesn't solve the problem, because right now we are saying if the door is locked, which is true in the beginning, then we can't open it. So we're exactly where we were before. So even if I can't push it anymore, I can do another trick. I can go to the XML and make a tag for the Vox model, of the door, and say side door. I call it side door. And I write interact, and that's interesting here. If I write interact to the side door, and interact equals open or handle or just side door, maybe like this, then if I restart, we should be able to have an interactable side door. You see it right here. I still can carry it, but it's not. I can pull it, but it's not working because the motor is frozen. But I have an E here. If I press E, nothing happens at the moment. But this tag side door on the object allows me to grab the side door by writing find, and this time I won't write find joint. I write find shape, because vox elements are found by shape. Same procedure, shape door true. This refers to the side door itself, to the voxel model out of the Magica voxel file. And then I have the side door. And now in the code I can say if the, again pseudocode, if the player interacts with the door, then side door locked is false. Or not saying false, because if the door is open and I interact with the door, I want it to close, so I have to kind of toggle it. If it was true before, then it has to be false, and if it was false before, then it has to be true. Now in Lua I can just say not side door locked. So I just toggle it. If it is true, it will be false. If it is false, it will be true after that. So how do I say the player interacts with the door? There is a function for that, and the function is shape operated. And is shape operated is exactly what we need, because we just called up shape up here, it's the side door, and we put it in here, and we ask, is the shape of the side door operated? Meaning, is the player somehow clicking on the side door of the van? So if this is the case, the side door won't be locked anymore, or if it's locked, it will be unlocked. What I do now is doing this. If the side door is locked, if this is true, if this holds true, then close the door. This means use the motor on the joint, on our prismatic joint, to push in a speed of 0.2 voxels, 0.2 meters per second. Please close the door, move it towards the cabin. And if not, if the door is not locked, then please move it with the same speed away from the cabin. We remember there is a limit applied to this, so it can't go further than closed, and it can't open wider than the amount we previously told the door to open. So to make things easier to configure, I make a door speed variable, door speed, which is currently 0.2, but I like it to be 2. I show you why. I actually show you why. So I have door speed here, putting in the door speed, going back here and reloading. And now if I click the door, it will slowly open. And if I click it again, it will slowly close. So that's why I say this is a bit slow. I take 10 times is a good speed for that. And you see, it nicely slides open and closes when operated. Nice. So it's a bit silent. So give me a second to search for a matching ARC file, please. So I browsed the sound files and I found some, not very much fitting sound, but I found a sound. And you can load a sound into your Lua script via load sound. And there is a sound in Lua that is called doors org. In Teardown there is this sound. And if I press the button right here, then I want to play that sound. Writing play sound, and it should nicely play my sound right now. see it's not the most fitting sound. You can play around with this. You can use pretty much every sound in the Teardown data sound folder. What do we have here? We have the piano, the plane, we have thunder, which is nice, tool pickup, transmission. Yeah, we can click up, click down, that's nice, yeah. We can have wood, water, tool, throw, plastic, metal. Metal, there might be something with metal. Hit, jump, land, step. Squeak is a loop. I would have liked to use the slide M loop here because it's nice. Slide M loop in the folder metal. But it's a loop sound. It's a bit more difficult to stop the sound here. We need to use more variables therefore, and it sounds like this. But it won't stop until it's played. It's a loop, so it takes time to stop. So I'm just going with the swoosh sound of the doors again to have showed you how to make something interactable and actually playing a sound, because that's nice. And if you think that's only possible with doors, I can say no. We can also go to the box of the wheel and make this, I hope we can make it interactable by writing just to the back left wheel a tag called interact, I say sound. And if I go there to the back left wheel, where is it? Back left. No, it's not interactable. Okay, it's not holding true for wheels then, but that's okay. That's okay. Not everything has to be interactable on a car. You could make the wheel interactable though. I bet you could if you go writing tags BL to get the shape of this. Then we grab it in Lua like this. It's called BL, and you say back left wheel, and then we can add tags here. We can say add to the back left wheel the tag interact, and it should read handle the wheel. This might work, or it won't. No, sadly it's holding true. It's not possible for, it seems like it. As far as I'm not making some huge mistake here, you cannot put this on the wheel itself. Maybe if you put a body around this, the wheel seems not to be interactable. Sadly, maybe we can find out how this works later in another tutorial. So I can make the what I can show you is, even if the back left wheel is not working, I can change the text of the interact from the side door, which I have done to which I've written side door, as you can see here, side door. I can change that via set tag attribute. I can say set tag side door interact, and then I can say open the door, and I can change this text every time I switch sides. So if the side door is locked, then I say open the door, and if it's not locked, I say close the door. And then it should read open the door, close the door, open the door, close the door, even from inside, right? Nice. And then I can run. So, this is pretty much it for this tutorial. I want to give another tutorial about lights, and with the same techniques I applied for the side door, I could have locked the back doors. If I find out how to unlock the motors so they can be reset to this state where you can manually open them, that would be cool. I will show you that if I find out, but for now you should be able to modify your car in a way that it has doors that can open in different directions, or using different sliders, motors and hints. Those are interactable. You can play sounds. You can also play a horn if you like it. Yeah, make a button somewhere here. Or if you're inside a car, it's a bit more trickier, but I can show you how to do this in the part 2 of this tutorial. And yeah, and you can put, if you like, you can put every kind of equipment in the back of this van, which is operatable, interactable, and can be used to make all kinds of things. I've seen a nice camera mod where you can actually see, have a computer here and see what's outside, so it could be a surveillance van. Maybe it could be a surveillance van, or you can play some nice beep sounds in here if it is an ambulance. Could be an ambulance too. So, for you to do, what is for you to do? If you like this video and if you understand what I am saying, then you have a door here which isn't made yet. You have a door here which isn't made yet. Same goes for this door. And of course you have the, what is it called? Tesla said it's a frunk, the front trunk, right? All those things can be opened up, and I challenge you to do it. I challenge you to make, I don't know, a trap door in here to do it. Let me see what you can create, and in the next video episode of Modifying Cars, I will show you how to add lights, like police lights, or say some lights on the ground of the car. And even to make, maybe even to make the car a bit more bumpier, like a lowrider or something like that. I don't know yet, but I can show you more things that you can do. And as a last advice, this door is a joint that is operated at the side of the van. I can drive the van and I still have it operatable. Think bigger. I can only say think bigger. Think of things mounted on the top and some buttons here, and if you press them, they're going upwards like an antenna, or I don't know, whatever you want. I've seen someone making a Katyusha rocket launcher. This would be a thing to make a button here. It goes upwards, or something like that. So, I hope you learned a bit, and if you still have questions, please write it in the comments, and I will make sure to make it to bring them into the next video. For me, I say goodbye, and I hope you learned something new. And yeah, see you in the next video.